Welcome back to Mountain Connections on this Earth Day. I'm very excited to have Bianca Lyon here in our studios from the Utah Office of Tourism. We are going to talk about National Parks Week, which is this week, and more. Bianca, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So it's a big week, being National Park Week and also Earth Day.
Yeah, happy Earth Day.
Thank you. You too. And there's big things happening, of course, in Utah with our national parks. Yeah. So with the Utah Office of Tourism, where are you at right now, and what is the message that you want to give during this National Park Week?
Yeah, so National Parks Week is this week. It's a great chance for people who don't normally explore the national parks to go out and take advantage of great programs and opportunities at the national parks. We have 5 beautiful national parks, and we're fortunate to have those. As we always do, we like to remind residents to travel responsibly, and I think that really starts with preparation. Planning your trip, I think, is the most important thing that anyone can do to have a safe and enjoyable time.
Now, it's really incredible to think that in Utah, the Mighty 5 is how you coin it, that the 5 national parks, people from all over the world travel here, and it's right in our backyard. How have things changed, though, with visiting these parks throughout the pandemic? They've gotten even more popular. I know this is actually a great time of year to go.
Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful time of year to visit a national park, but more people are discovering them, right? We recognize that over the course of the last few years, people have discovered Utah, and certainly during the pandemic when people were really anxious to get out and explore. So that is why we created Forever Mighty. Forever Mighty is our responsible travel and stewardship initiative that encourages residents and visitors to travel throughout the state of Utah responsibly. And that certainly includes national parks too. I think some people expect that just because you're in a national park that you don't have to take as much responsibility for making sure you have water and food and the right clothing and the right mentality to have a safe and enjoyable visit, but I think you really do, and so we try to communicate that as much as we can to our visitors who are coming and to residents as well.
What are some recommendations that you have for people, whether they're going this week, today to enjoy Earth Day, or during this National Parks Week, or planning a summer trip? What do you specifically want them to know and be prepared for?
Yeah, so many people are familiar with the 7 leave no trace principles. Those are always really great things to have in the back of your mind when you're traveling. So that's, of course, preparation, plan and prepare, but it's also leaving things as you find them, right? So if you see something that perhaps is a historical artifact or a plant or a blossom on a tree, right? The idea is that you just leave things as nice as you found them. So those types of things are definitely important, but through our Forever Mighty initiative, we also try to emphasize, celebrating the diversity of our visitors and of our communities. So it's also, about those types of things, and also supporting local businesses, because these are our neighbors and our community members who are serving a great experience to our residents, and we want them to be successful. So as people are traveling the state, think about the local businesses who really depend on that economic benefit, and go and try a new place, give them a good review on Facebook or on Yelp. Those little things really make a difference when you travel.
And something that ties directly into National Parks Week is it's also Dark Skies Month, and that's another big priority here in Utah.
It is, yeah. Dark Sky Week, it's International Dark Sky Week that coincides with National Parks Week as well. And it's also April Dark Sky Month for the state of Utah. Governor Cox declared that last month. So it's a great opportunity for us to celebrate that we have the most accredited dark sky places of any place in the world. So as you're out exploring, take a camera with you, take a telescope with you, and enjoy our national parks in the evenings when they're less busy. Dark sky tourism is a really great way to have a low impact on our environment, but also really enjoy the national parks in this more pristine way, and in a way that many visitors don't really get to experience.
I didn't know we had the most in the world. That's really incredible. And I think something that when you live here and travel here and enjoy the great outdoors in Utah, you take advantage of how well you can see the galaxy, the Milky Way, because so many people can't.
Yeah, that's true. They estimate about 80% of North Americans cannot see the Milky Way from where they live. So that makes Utah a really compelling place to visit, right? If we have more dark sky areas than any other place in the world, then that's going to give people a reason to come to Utah. And again, that's encouraging the type of responsible travel that we want to see more of in Utah. So they're people who are, again, creating low impacts to the environment, but they're also staying longer, right? Because they're usually staying in a hotel or even in a campsite for multiple days. And those are the type of immersive, slow travelers that we want to encourage more of in Utah, because they really take the time to experience what our state has to offer.
And what do you recommend if we want to take advantage of the dark skies here in Utah, or just really want to do our part in making sure that it continues to be this way, that we can continue to see as clearly as we can in our state?
Yeah, well, definitely go out there and experience the dark sky areas that we have. If you go to visitutah.com/stars, you can learn about all those great dark sky areas, and all of them have programs and activities that celebrate dark skies. So go out and enjoy one of those, a dark sky talk or an interpretive experience at a dark sky park. That is one way to really recognize and appreciate them. And I would say too that you can experience those whether you live in rural Utah or in a more urban environment like we do along the Wasatch Front. So there are dark sky areas all over the state that you can enjoy. And if you're a new astrotourism person or new to astrotourism and dark skies travel, go to the Clark Planetarium and learn more about science and more about dark skies. And you can also get some great ideas for how to begin your journey there.
And you started with the Utah Office of Tourism 2 years ago, so during the pandemic. What changes have you seen as far as travel and tourism in our state as things have evolved throughout the pandemic?
Well, more people are coming to Utah, and more people are getting out to experience the outdoors than ever before. Many of those people are new to outdoor experiences. They're new to Utah. They're new to desert environments or alpine environments, and so that's a great opportunity for us to communicate responsible travel. That's why the Forever Mighty initiative is so important to us, is making sure people understand that stewardship is really important to us, and that we as residents of Utah should feel a sense of ownership of this wonderful state that we live in. So I think a lot of it is just about education and making sure that people understand how to be prepared, how to conduct themselves in the outdoors to keep themselves safe, and for the benefit of the environment as well.
And I think we've gained a deeper appreciation for where we live, for this great state. Also people that have visited, for really enjoying it and being aware of how important our natural environment is, especially during some really hard times, honestly. I think it's made it all that more important for us.
Yeah, there's such a great emotional benefit to being in the outdoors. I think we as outdoor people, as Utahns, many of us are, certainly experience that, and that's a great benefit, right? And we want to make sure that we're paying it back to the nature that gives us that feeling and that benefit. And so I urge residents of the state to be stewards in their own way, show leadership to their friends and family about how to really appreciate the outdoors and how to experience it.
And circling back to this National Parks Week, do you have a favorite memory of a national park?
Wow. That's a really great question. I grew up in the national parks all the time. There's really nothing that beats Zion National Park. I have a lot of sentimental feeling about it. The first time I went to Angel's Landing was a good one. It does remind me, now that you mention it, that part of that plan and prepare message is that some of these national parks do now have reservation systems, if folks don't already know that. So if you want to go out and experience Angel's Landing, it's a quarterly permit system that you have to sign up through recreation.gov, and then as well as Arches, another beautiful place that I have a lot of sentimental feelings about. They're also on a reservation system for the summer season until October. So if any of you are planning to experience Arches, make sure to get a reservation before your trip. But I have really wonderful memories of all of those places, and that's why it's so important to protect them so everyone else can have those great memories too.
So well said. I think Bryce Canyon is the first one that I experienced in Utah, and that holds a special place to me as well.
Yeah.
But where's the best place to go to get information about everything we've talked about today and about the Utah Office of Tourism?
Yeah, visitutah.com is our website. And if folks want to learn about our Forever Mighty initiative, which I encourage you to do, go to visitutah.com/forever. To learn more, to get inspired about how to travel responsibly, and from there to plan your trip.
Well, thank you so much, Bianca. Pleasure having you here today on this Earth Day, talking about national parks and this great state. Really thankful for your time.
Thanks for the opportunity.
All right, so it's Earth Day, and maybe you want to plan a trip to one of our great national parks. Make sure to head to Visit Utah online, find out all about this great National Parks Month, also dark skies, and much more. We'll be back right here on Mountain Connections after this.